Hello, everyone. Welcome to People on Dating. I'm your host, Willie Morales, and on today's show, I have ZiZi. ZiZi, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. Thanks for asking. How are you doing?
I am good. I am good. So for those who haven't tuned in before, this is a topical conversation about dating, the good, the bad, the ugly, the ups and downs. So today's topic is closure. After you break up, there's a period that people want to know why I got dumped or why did you leave? Well, I'm saying, do we really need it? So, ZiZi, I'll start with you.
Oh,
What do you
yeah.
think about closure?
Well, I have different opinions on closure. I think it definitely depends on the type of relationship that you're involved in. I do believe that sometimes with closure, if you're in a marriage situation and it involves children, you do need that healthy closure, where you talk to each other, you try and find out where you can meet each other halfway and emotionally, financially, just for the sake of the children. Um, so in that situation, I think you need closure. Now, in other relationships, sometimes it's evident that there's no need for closure because the way it ended, it was closed already. If a person was abusive to you, he beat you up, blah, 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 and you decided to just pick up and go, then there's
You
no
got your
need for
answer.
closure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got your answer right there. Um, I believe that sometimes closure is within a person. They have to find closure within themselves in order to move on because it may be redundant to go to the person and discuss what went wrong when you know what was wrong anyway.
And will you
So
get the
there,
answer that you want though? That's the thing.
yeah,
I don't think in most situations you're gonna get the answer that you're hoping to get because they might say, "Oh, well, it wasn't you, it was me." I
right.
wasn't, I had some issues that I had to finish or whatever it could be.
Hmm.
I just see, I mean, from what I've gotten from my friends, some of the experience I've gotten, like for me, I look at it just like you said. If a woman breaks up with me or whatever, I got my closure. You don't like me anymore. Okay, I'm gonna move on.
Right,
You know.
right,
So,
right,
but like you said,
exactly.
which never's talked about in some of my friends, it's a marriage where now you put time
Yeah.
together. You're putting really your life on hold because you.
Ye-
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
No, no, no. I'm listening. It's true. Um, However, there are times that the closure is important. I think really too with closure, um, if the other a person that not sometimes that wants closure when they know they have done wrong, it's their guilt that's eating them alive. So
Mhm,
they need that closure from the other person.
mhm,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that person has hurt them in a way where they didn't give them any explanation why they did what they did. So it's the guilt of that other person that wants the closure.
Right.
Now, I will share something with you that happened to me in a relationship where I was involved with someone and I thought I was going to marry that person. And I've known him for over 30 years, decided to move in with him. And in the space of that, um, in a year and a half that we were together, I saw things weren't he wasn't as honest as he should have been, right? He had someone else in his life that he was caring for, and that was okay. I was okay with that, but he never really expressed to the other woman that he was involved with me. So
Mhm.
long to fast forward, um the COVID happened and the other lady had to move out of her apartment, and she had three children and she was staying with one of her daughters, but she was staying on the couch or on the floor with her 21-year-old daughter, and he felt bad for her, and he came to me and asked me to move out the house so he
Okay.
can help her help
mm,
her get back on her feet. And I looked at him. I said, "Are you for real?" He said, "Well, I just want to get her back on her feet, and then you can move back in 6 months to a year. It will take that long." So I'm like, do you think I'm a pawn that you're pawning me around like this? I said, does she know about me in the relationship? And he said, no, she did not know about that he was involved. I was involved with him. So in the midst of that, I knew at that point that that was my closure. I don't need any explanation. I know that once I walked out that door, I wasn't looking back. All right. He may have thought I was going to come back because he may have thought I was this wounded butterfly that needed to be in a relationship. But I have my dignity, you know, and I have my strength. So now he's blowing up my phone, wanting to talk, and he's asking me for closure, right? Through the grapevine, through other his friends. I'm finding out please tell her to talk to me so I can have closure. And I said, excuse you, to his friend. That was closure when he threw me out of his house
Yeah,
for another
exactly.
woman.
Exactly.
And it didn't work out for him and her because she left him, and it wasn't the grand scheme of things. And before that happened, I asked him, I said, let me ask you something. Is there anything in the relationship that I thought I may have done wrong that created him to find that he needed to be with this other woman? And when I asked him, he said, oh no, there's nothing that you did wrong. Everything was wonderful with you. So that even confirmed the fact that he was in a place where he wanted to test the waters, maybe, so to speak, to see what it was like to be with that person under the same domain living. But he saw the quality of living that I gave him was different from what she gave him. And now he was unhappy. So now he's left with a guilt. I know he's feeling guilty for the way he treated me.
Right.
And now I don't have I should block him, but there's a part of my ego.
Yeah.
There's a part of my ego that the suffering, I must say, the suffering that he's going through makes me feel a little, give me a little edge. Do I
Right.
need that edge? No. I need the closure within myself. I need the closure. My closure is to forgive him, right? And move on from that and wish him the best.
Right.
That's where my closure comes in. His closure is for him to talk to me, to tell me what a mistake he's made. But he has to live with the mistake that he has made and develop some type of peace within himself to find the closure that he needs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So would that have made a difference if he told you that he made a mistake instead of? So did he tell you that actually, or this is what you're feeling in your
No,
gut?
he told me. He told
Yeah.
me he made a mistake. He said, I made a mistake. I made a bad mistake. You know, and he was saying he lost the love of his life and blah, blah, blah. My thing with that is that you have to know a woman's worth
Right.
when they're with you. If there is no inclination that the woman is being abusive, narcissistic, whatever the case may be, and you out of the blue want to feel your own, you want to fulfill your own needs and desires, I think in itself that tells me that you're at a path where you don't know what you want and you don't
Right.
want me. So you're confused, right? So I don't need closure from that. I need closure for myself to move on and to open up my heart again
Right.
for someone to come in, right? That I can trust, appreciate, and they appreciate me. You know, so so that realm, I can see that now. I had another relationship where the man I didn't have any closure. He just left, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now put me in a position to say, now why? What happened? What did I do? We had things were good. I would see him now and then. I knew it wasn't the right relationship for me, but he just walked out.
Right.
And I found through the grapevine on social media that he was dating somebody else. Now, that was my ego, right? wanting him to tell me why he left.
But I think all of us have that ego, Z, that, you want to know why. Like, I mean, for me, sure, I'm not going to lie. I'll think about it, but I'm not going to pursue the answer, because to me, I got my answer. I got my answer. She don't want to be with me. Okay, that's my answer. I will think about the relationship and say, okay, maybe I did this wrong or whatever. But for me to seek closure, it's very rare. I can probably count it in one hand how many times I really wanted to seek it. But for most part, I just move on, because I don't want to, I don't think I'm going to get the answer that I wanted to hear. I think, it, like I said, and I even talked to some of my friends about this, is always, oh, it's not you, it's me, whatever, But I think for you or for anybody else, I think it's just a matter of, you get the perspective, you think about it, and then you say, wait a minute, okay, these are the steps I might have done wrong. Okay, now I know to correct it on my next relationship. It's easier said than done, because you always fall back to your old ways, and so I always try to remember what I did wrong, but everybody's different. So what I did wrong for this person might be okay with the next person. So again, it's a relationship is just a learning experience every day, because you don't know
every day.
Yeah, it's a work in progress.
It is a work in progress, and I also look at it like this. There's a prayer that I would say, God, if the person is not right for me, remove them out of my life.
Right.
So there are times that people are come into your life to show you and teach you, and then they leave, so other doors open up.
Yeah.
So I have to trust in the process and the journey that if that person wasn't good for me, he was removed from my life.
Right.
And I have to live with that, And I think in a situation with Raymond, I said his name.
Okay, nobody knows who's gonna be.
There's a lot of Raymonds out there.
Exactly.
But in a situation like that, I feel that he was not right. God was protecting me from something. I was being protected from what would lie in the future, which may have been an unhealthy relationship. He may have been cheating on me. He may have wanted to find out whether or not he was whatever the case may have been, it was not right for me, and he was removed from my life. And it would have been, maybe I have to test the waters now while I'm with her. And then who would have been unhappy and have the bad end of the stick? Me.
Yeah.
In essence, the comfort that we get from closure is knowing that we are in a place that we can look at ourselves and know the errors that we've made in our lives, right? That why the relationship didn't work, why we're not in a relationship, and also recognize what we can do, what we can learn from it, so we don't make the same mistake again going into another one.
Well, that's the thing. You have to always reflect back on, in my opinion, on what happened with that last relationship. Like you said, because you're going to move forward. It's over. Okay. You contemplate some of the things you might have done, you didn't do right. You could have done right. But then again, if you're smart enough and you reflect back, then your next relationship should be better, because you learn from those mistakes.
Right.
Here that you got to learn from your mistakes. You try not to repeat it. We're talking with ZiZi, and today's topic is closure, especially after a breakup. Do we need it? And ZiZi said a couple of things that definitely made sense, especially if you're in a marriage, you've been in a marriage for a couple of years or longer. You want to know what's going on. I think in the dating scene, like I said, I think I can count on one or two fingers how many times I wanted to seek it. But from 99.9% of my life, I move on. I have to. But don't get me wrong, I do reflect back. I do think about it. I try to, again, just think about what I did wrong, what I did right. And then just make sure that I'm a better person from that last relationship, and always trying to become a better man. That's my motto. Try to become a better man. So,
Makes sense.
Yeah, it definitely, again, it's just about improving. Because if we're not improving every day, what's the point? That's my opinion.
Right.
You got to improve every day.
True, true. I agree. We do have to improve every day. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say in reference to closure. I'm just piggybacking on my experiences with it. I'm sure others that seek closure, it's important for them to get answers, but like you said, sometimes the answers, what is it going to do? It's just going to put you in a place where you know why it happened, and the
Yeah.
person is just going to make themselves feel better for what they've done, to
Yeah.
you. So it's not really necessary, I think, at times to get the closure. I think finding the peace within ourselves is the most important thing. And, and wishing well for the other person, that they find peace for themselves. I try
Right.
not to wish bad. I mean, right now I do pray that he finds peace in his life,
Right.
because I know that he's struggling with the fact that he has no communication with me. I think the lack of communication with a person that you're involved in really hurts. You know, when you and when it happens so suddenly. I think sudden breakup is what's very painful. But I do believe that everyone knows the answer why things don't work out.
Right.
I think there's that thin line where you're involved with someone and you know the reason why it didn't work out. You know, it may not have been the right person for you. The person may not have been on the same level as you, or they may be a womanizer, whatever the case may be. We have to recognize it and not walk back into it, because I think when you open up that wound again, it's hard to go beyond that, to go forward, to move forward,
Can
with a
something trigger, let's say for you, be as a woman, can something trigger you to think about that past relationship, whether you see a friend of his or you just happen to see him with someone else, or maybe a song might trigger some type of bad memory? Has that happened to you or anyone that you know?
well, no, I think the reason why the memories come up, I think that it's forgiving. I think forgiveness is very important,
Hmm.
to forgive the other person for what they've done to hurt, you know. Um, I'm triggered every day.
Right.
I'm triggered every day because I'm in a position now where I thought I wouldn't be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not in a stable apartment. I'm grateful for where I am, but it's one of these things where it's a sublet. So my
Right.
whole life has changed. So I know the path that I've taken is because of him,
Mm.
right? Because he said he didn't want the relationship anymore. So when I wake up knowing that, oh, I'm in this place because how did I end up here?
Right.
You know, and I know how I ended up here, right? Um, can I turn around and thank him? Yeah, thank you. Thank you, because you know what? I'm in a healthier place than I would have been if I was in a relationship with him.
Right. Yeah.
So I should turn around and thank him, you know? I'm sure the person that you want closure from, they want to see you meek. They want to see you weak. They want to see you struggle. They
It,
want to
it,
know that you need them.
nothing kills, I shouldn't say kill the person, but nothing irritates a person worse than your ex all of a sudden looking better, physically better, happier. That's like,
Or
damn, they're better off
ex-
without me.
exactly. Or just complete silence. Or just
Yeah.
complete silence.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Not giving them the respect of giving them an answer to what the reason is why it didn't work out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's different layers too. It has to do with the layers of the type of relationship that you're in, and what kind of relationship you're in, because not it doesn't that doesn't apply to everyone.
Yeah.
What I'm saying doesn't apply to everyone. Um, is it necessary to tell the person about themselves and who they are and what they did? They already know.
Yeah.
A
And they
person
might
know
not,
what they're doing.
right. And they might not listen anyway because they're going to say, oh, no, this is sour grapes. you know,
Yes, exactly. Why you
you
keep
know,
going back over the same thing?
exactly.
Let's move forward.
Yeah.
No, I'm going over the same thing because you hurt me.
Right.
So that's why I know, that someone says, "Oh, well, he's really sorry. You should give him another chance." I know he had his chance. He
Right.
had his chance, right? Because I know the type of woman I am, I'm not going back to be the same woman that I was when I was with him.
Right.
You understand? Because that whole scenario will keep reiterating in my head. It will keep reverberating in my head what he did. The feeling would be there. And if we have an argument, lo and behold, I'm going to bring it up. You friggin' threw me out your house, mother hubba. You know, you know what I mean? So I know I'm that person. I'm not being vindictive, but if I'm in the middle of an argument and blah, blah, yeah, that will come up. And
Yeah.
that's unhealthy.
Yeah.
That's unhealthy.
Yeah, you're going
So
back to
I'm
the
not,
past that you don't need.
yeah,
Yeah, you don't need
yeah,
the headache
yeah.
and that
You don't need that.
the
Yeah.
negative connotation of just of hey, this is what you did. You made me this way. You did that, and yeah, you don't need that because you need to move on and all that. He should realize if he has or she has any type of sense, they'll realize,
Hmm.
hey, you know what, I screwed up.
Right.
You got to make sure that this doesn't happen to the next person. But anyway, first of all, ZiZi, I want to thank you so much for being on People on Dating. I thought this topic was very, very good. Um, and before I go, what would be an opinion or two, or maybe an advice or two on a younger women if they're going through some type of issues with their current partner?
Um, well, you know what? I look at it this way. I have a little acronym for closure. Closing loving opportunities so you respect everyone.
Wow, that's
Closure.
great. I love that.
Closing loving opportunities so you respect everyone.
Respect there. Wow, that's
Okay?
great. I love that.
Closure.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
the
you
meaning of
have,
closure right there.
yeah, for me,
Yeah,
because when you involve with someone, it's a loving
yeah,
situation. We don't know what's going to happen the next time. We don't know where the relationship is going down the road. It's
yeah,
an opportunity, right? But we have to the way we go on with our lives it's the matter of respecting each other.
yeah,
When you start with respecting your relationship, things flourishes, you
yeah,
know so closing loving opportunities so you respect everyone, meaning yourself first, but
yeah,
everyone, you know so if I respect myself, I respect you. So, and it's you're not closing an opportunity, but you could cherish an opportunity too.
right.
So I would tell young ladies out there to first respect yourself, know your worth, know that you're enough, and don't let anyone take advantage of your dignity, because it's important to stand true to who you are and what you believe. And a woman's intuition is very keen. So if you feel something is not right and it's going down the wrong path, take heed to that and keep stepping and move out, keep moving.
Well, listen, I'm going to end the show on that note. I think that was beautifully said. I'll definitely put it on the show notes. Anyway, guys, I want to thank ZiZi again for being on People on Dating. Thank you
Thank you.
so much. Also,
Thank you.
guys, please go to our Facebook page, People on Dating YouTube show. Please leave your comments or leave your comments here on our YouTube page. Tell us what you think about today's topic. Anyway, on behalf of People on Dating, I'm Willie Morales. Until next time, thanks to everybody. Have a great day
Peace.
and please stay safe. Bye.
Okay. Thank you. Bye. Ciao.
Hold on, hold on, hold on. Well, everyone, that was ZiZi. ZiZi, thank you so much for being on People on Dating. What did you guys think about today's topic? Closure. After a breakup, do you really need it? Will you be satisfied with the answer you get? I guess it depends on the answer, right? Anyway, guys, leave your opinion, leave your comments on our YouTube page. Also, go to our Facebook page, which is People on Dating YouTube show. Anyway, on behalf of ZiZi, my name is Willie Morales. Until next time, thanks everybody. Have a great day and please stay safe. Bye.